Hi everyone. So I'm just doing a little video here on just getting my bike winterized. I've done winterized videos before and showing the process I follow to clean and what have you. What I thought I'd do this time is just get a quick update just to show the products I'm still using. But first of all, the bike's having a deep clean. It's had jet wash, it's had snow foam, just jet washed it. I'm going to finish washing it, drying it completely, looking after it and get it in a dry, warm, clean state, and then I'm going to start to treat it. A couple of things recently that's taken place. As you know, if you've watched my other video, I've dropped the bike, which has meant that I've lost the handguard here. So looking into the prices of them, 180 quid, I'm thinking, whoa, hang on, I'll have to wait a few weeks. So I've actually taken the other one off, and I'm going to see what it's like riding without them. To be honest with you, this is the only bike I've ever ridden with them. I've never missed them whilst I've never had them. And at 180 quid a pop, and I only want one. So it's 180 quid for one, really. It's a bit rich. I've got my 890 that's in the garage over there going in for service. I'm going to have to talk about that another time because I'm pretty annoyed with KTM about that, but that's a story for another day. So I've taken them off and I'm going to winterize this. What's the date now? 21st of October. I'm actually hoping to get away for a few days, just going somewhere north, south, east, west, I don't mind, just to get away for a few days. So I'm just going to prepare it. The products I use, obviously WD-40, can't go anywhere without that. I actually use more of that working with my chain, but also cleaning the orange wheels. That is brilliant. A bit of cloth brings off all the muck, all the dirt. I've tried tar remover in the past and all the different car products, but that beats it hands down. I have a variety of brake and clutch cleaners. Obviously do that when I service the bike. I've only just serviced it before I went to Europe, so they're all clean pads. I haven't bled the system, so I'm going to do that in the next couple of weeks, in which case I'll re-clean the brakes at that point. Worth, I always use this Worth high performance dry chain lube. I think it's the best on the market. I hate the ones which are waxy and greasy. It leaves a load of muck. I think the logic of using something waxy and sticky is wrong as well, because it's just going to attract and hold grit, and it just throws up all over the bike and all over the wheel, so it's mucky. So I use that and I've never had any issues in the last 15-16 years. I love that. I also use this to top the bike up a little bit, Silcoline Pro Prep on plastics and blacks. Obviously on the GT, quite a bit of plastic. You've got the back end here, you've got the tank area, and whilst the bike's PPF'd, it really gives it a nice shine afterwards. You can use it anywhere on the bike. You can use it on metal if you wish, but what I tend to do on the metal is I tend to use the famous, what I think anyway, is the best product on the market, which is XCP Professional Rust Blocker Clear Coat. I have used ACF 50 for many years. When I found this product, this new product, it's just better. Oh, the dog's kicking off. Right, so the dog's just had a wobbler, barking away, so it took me 5 minutes to sort them out. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, so I was talking about the products. So this is what I'm going to use for protecting the bike in the winter. And if I'm going to go on a bit of a ride for a few days, don't know whether I'm going to Scotland or down south, west coast, southwest, Wales, just don't know. We're getting to that time of the year where you might start to see a bit of salt, so that's got to go on. I stopped using this, not because it's a bad product, it's not, it's a fantastic product, but I found it just so difficult to get the atomizer spray fine, and it would go on in quite gloopy. It went on with like localized application, so I'd have to use a cloth to wipe it around. This I find straight out of the trigger action goes on really well indeed, so I use that now. So yeah, so I'm going to carry on sorting this out. I've yet to decide whether I'm going to get the guards. You know what, I most probably will at some point, but I just feel begrudged paying 180 quid just to replace the one after I dropped the bike the other week. But the bike's brilliant. It is now just over 3 years old. Got 15,000 miles on it. Key things, as you know, I've done the new chain and sprockets, and I've gone down one tooth on the front to, is it 19 teeth on the front, which just brings that 6th gear in at a much sooner position, so that the bike's not sort of lumpy when you sort of get into that high gear, relatively low speed area. That's a real big improvement. Loving the Road 6s after having the Road 5s and S22s and the Angels. These are great tyres, wet and dry. As you know, when I dropped the bike the other week, I scratched it here. So I'm going to try and find out some way of maybe just sorting that out. It's not dented, it's just cosmetic. But other than that, the bike's brilliant. I can see me keeping it for at least until the KTM 1290 GT, or maybe the 1390 GT, because it's going to be the 1400 engine in this for the Gen 3. Now see what that one looks like, see what the suspension is. I think it's a suspension that needs a big improvement when you look at the likes of the Super Adventure S improvements. My mate John, as you know, has got one and it's brilliant, so I'm hoping that this is going to get that same sort of treatment, in which case that would be the natural upgrade. So I'm at least going to keep this for 9 to 12 months, and we'll see where we go with that one. Anyway, I'm going to carry on cleaning it, drying it, just making sure it's winterized, lube the chain. I said I do that every couple of 100 miles anyway. Okay, so here she is, she's all finished now, looking quite cool. Just put quite a bit of attention into the chain. It's quite a new chain, tension's fine, so I'm giving it a good clean. Just about to put the lobe on it now. I've done the anti-rust treatment on it and the bike's looking good. You can just, I don't know if you can see it on the video, you can just see a bit of a shine, like that wet look. That will burn off a little bit. I'm just letting it all get into the sort of little crevices in the engine for another 5-10 minutes, and I'm going to start it up, and then I'll burn the excess off and it'll just sort of smoke away. But yeah, all done. I was a bit cheeky, I didn't put paper and stuff around the brakes, but I was very careful to avoid and sprayed away from the direction. But I'm just going to make sure when I go out that there's nothing on there. But yeah, all done, ready for riding. See you guys, ta-da now.